Hello, Reds. How are we? Do apologize, a slight little delay there, a minute. I'm just listening to Andy Robbo's post-match anyway. But how are we, Reds? What a win that was then. Yeah, a classic European, a much-needed European away win anyway for Liverpool. But of course, a crucial win for Liverpool with regards to qualification for, especially for wanting to push for those top 8 positions in regards to qualifying for the latter stages of the Champions League campaign as well. But huge. Just Robbo just demonstrating there. Apologies, Chad. You were saying, obviously, again, emphasising the togetherness that Alisson Becker did yesterday in the press conference in Milan as well. So that's a huge win for Liverpool, of course. Let us know your thoughts on the game. We'll very much break down and analyse the game in its full entirety as well, Reds. But yeah, in terms of, as we said in the watch long, but anyone that didn't watch the watch long as well, that great statistic, really. Liverpool now only become the second side alongside Bayern Munich to come to the San Siro and defeat Inter Milan 3 times at the San Siro in European Cup / Champions League as well. Trying to find my glasses, would help if I actually read. But yeah, so and that's just an Inter Milan coming into this game tonight as well. We're unbeaten in 18 European games at the San Siro, a run dating back till 2022 as well. So a big record, of course. Inter 2 Champions League finals over the space of the last 3-4 years as well. So we knew the task in hand, of course. Liverpool not being in the greatest of form. Robbo alluded to that in his post-match comments as well. So yeah, those just little statistics there just goes to show how much of a difficult ground it has been, not just for Liverpool, for a lot of top European sides to come to Inter and not quite get a result over the line. But a historic night for Liverpool, a big, huge win in terms of Liverpool qualifying for the latter stages. And as we said in the watch long, I think now Inter, if Liverpool do our job, obviously Inter are just slightly ahead of Liverpool in the goal advantage as well. But obviously Inter have got Dortmund and they've got another big game on the horizon as well. So chat, you just did mention, I think we'll speak up there, chat. We'll get to all your comments. Chat, let me know your thoughts. Let us all know your thoughts. If you are watching on the post-match, if you are watching on the repeat as well, do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below on what really impressed you about Liverpool's performance tonight. I think for me, it's very much the resilience, the defensive resilience, much better. We didn't do what we did against Leeds in regards to just switching off at the back end of the game and allowing we let Leeds back into it and the back end on the weekend, but not tonight against this caliber of opposition. Much needed, given their extensive quality that they've shown already in Europe as well. Only conceded prior to tonight's game 3 goals. Obviously, we inflicted Milan Inter's second defeat in the competition so far. So, yeah, they've had 4 wins, 2 losses as well. Liverpool have got an exact record now as Inter Milan anyway in this competition. But Reds, big up there, mister. Mohu. But yeah, forget Mo tonight, mate. Of course, it was all about those lads on the football pitch tonight. That gave their absolute all, really. Of course, the bench didn't look the greatest in terms of substitutions coming off. The only, obviously, big attacking option Liverpool did have off the bench, obviously, with Cody out injured. Mo obviously out due to obviously what he said after the game. Hopefully he's back straight into it, but only time will tell with Mo. But it's all about the focus on the players tonight, Mason. Yeah, and as Steve said there, great win for the Reds. It's also a penalty, but it's historically, yeah. But we have got two against us in Champions League this year, so it was we're not there to officiate the games. And big up there, Fee. We should have got the handball, really. Obviously, the disallowed goal, I felt it was very much roles reversal, really. And I say great. And as I just said there with the statistics, many European sides have really struggled to come to the San Siro. And given the mixed bag of form Liverpool have very much showcased so far on numerous occasions this season, it could have been just one of those nights, really. It could have easily have been just one of those nights where Liverpool turn up to the San Siro and get absolutely battered. But we didn't allow that. We put in a proper solid performance. And again, away in Europe, regardless if it's playing Inter, if you're playing City, Bayern Munich, whoever, it's always difficult to go away from home in European competition. Of course, we've got a lot of talented players, but at the end of the day, we've watched this Liverpool side on many of occasions this season really falter in terms of not getting 3 points, dropping points from winning positions as well. So yeah, big up their feet. So yeah, huge night tonight as well. Very important after the bad results. Very much remonstrating what I just said there. So hopefully we can go deeper into the Champions League as well. As I said, top of the watch along. I think Champions League provides Liverpool again. Of course, when we won the Champions League under, of course, Jurgen Klopp, we did lose quite a couple of away games in that competition. Paris Saint-Germain last season, with regards to they grew into the competition last year, and they went on that great run, beating Liverpool on the run to the Champions League final under Luis Enrique. And hopefully, Liverpool, it would be amazing if we could kind of emulate that run in the Champions League competition. But one game at a time, Reds, isn't it? Focus now goes on to obviously the game against Marseille. That's not going to be an easy game. Chat, did Marseille win tonight? Let's have a little look on terms of Marseille. They were winning 2-1. So in terms of results, Marseille, a big win away from home for them as well. So the games are just coming thick and fast for Liverpool. Of course, the remaining fixtures in Europe for the Reds, obviously, we're travelling away to Marseille. So we're travelling away to Marseille, and of course, the final group game for Liverpool is at home against Karabakh. So a win against Marseille would certainly put Liverpool bearing some results tomorrow. Of course, Liverpool can get knocked out. Of course, you got Real Madrid, you got City as well still to play. You got Dortmund to play tomorrow. But some of those teams, as long as Liverpool can win our 2 games, I've got a big opportunity to finish in the top 8, considering some of the teams the other teams that I've got on the horizon as well. Mainly looking at that Inter team. As long as Liverpool do our job, then looking positive as well. Just depends, obviously, if Real Madrid or City. If that's a draw, that's even better, really, for Liverpool. If that's a draw for Liverpool, Real, So, Reds. Thoughts on the game? I'm so happy. I know you all will be watching or listening as well. I'm just made up to see the defensive solidity, really. Just playing the way we'll get through all the statistics in a little second. Apologies here, chat. So there we go. As you can see, you apologise. I should have got that up before. But as it stands, as you can see there, in regards to the standings. But some interesting. So you still got, obviously, did Barca draw? I think they drew, didn't they? As well. Let's have a little look. Did Barca draw? No, they won 2-1. Give me 1 second there, Chas. As well. But Reds, let us know your thoughts on that. And there's a couple of reports, but this is a post-match anyway, Reds. But you're probably seeing it already on social media. Big up there, Ghost. Great win. Only issue for me was Isaac. He looks out of depth in this team and can't see him working out. Ghost, what was you that really stood out in regards to your analysis? For me on the watch along, I don't know how you felt, Reds, but anyone watching or listening, I think he's still, it will be interesting if one of the journalists can very much, that will be one of the key questions I'd ask on the next presser or in the post-match area tonight. Just ask Anna how for him in his analysis and in terms of sports data, lads, what's their time frame? Obviously, he's been missing for he's not had a proper pre-season, but if you can put a time and date, really, I know it'd probably be difficult, but I think the quicker we get Isaac, he certainly, as you said there, Ghost, he is off it at the minute. In terms of integrating into the team, Ghost, I think we are struggling, but I think the main thing is we got 68 minutes out of Isaac tonight. That he was struggling, of course, but it's a big, similar with Joe Gomez, 2 players that have very much struggled for obviously for fitness down the years. Obviously, Isaac, yeah, and obviously not having a pre-season, but we got Ekatike, a full match out of him, a full match out of Maka as well. Gravenberch, spot on, really. Big performances from all the lads. And even the midfield lads didn't have a lot of options, and that's probably one, especially going into January window, Liverpool need to very much identify. So the last team to beat Inter at home in Europe was Bayern Munich 3 years ago. He dominated them as well. Yeah, so it's a great record, Reds. Of course, we want to be rocking up to Inter Milan and obviously winning 4-5-0, but that's being unrealistic, really. It was never going to be a case of that game being the way it is. It was going to be it always historically, and especially watched a lot of Italian sides down the years. As I said, probably my second favorite league to watch and analyze, really, and enjoy. It's a game of chess for a lot of the Italian sides, playing at their tempo. And that's really where I do feel we'll speak about the second half, Liverpool certainly's athleticism and their power really grew into the game. But firstly, we'll go into the first half analysis, really, have a little look at the data. Wasn't the greatest in terms of that, as you can see here, Reds. Not many shots for either side, really. 5 total shots for Inter, to Liverpool's 3. 2 shots apiece in the first half. I think it was very much a case of both sides really trying to figure each other out and trying to get the suss of each other with regards, of course. The big chance for Inter Milan fell to them. Martinez inside the penalty box, of course. A very big fine save by Alisson Becker to his bottom left corner. Obviously, he just needs a bit more direction from Martinez. Obviously, he generated a lot of power on that. But apart from that big opportunity, a solid defensive display. But in terms of, again, obviously, we've come away from the game with a big result. But in regards to when you analyse the game, how we can improve going into the latter state, the next Marseille game, and obviously the Karabakh game as well. Just trying to, if we can, create a lot more. It was kind of, from a defensive point of view, great defensive 45 minutes, well, fifth, with the 6 minutes plus added on in the first half anyway. But in regards to defensive, great, sound, limited them only to that, obviously, Martinez chance, and that's very good considering you're going away from home in European competition. But it's that, as you've said already tonight, chat, is that top end of the pitch, getting Isaac more into the game, Ekatike more into the game as well. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk's opportunity inside the penalty box, it was a shot off target, but Liverpool's only 2 shots on target were like 25, 30 yards from goal in the first half, which is not really good enough. We're not really given the opportunity to Isaac or Ekatike, but that is obviously down to Inter Milan's very well-structured defence, as we've seen down the years. Obviously, that record with a great record at home at the San Siro. So, yeah, it's as I was saying, it looks like it's... we up there 3. Yeah, he's going to have to take a while to get back to full fitness. And he still hasn't completed 90 minutes. He makes terrible runs and looks scared of the ball. It's about repetition, mate. Repetition. Getting used to those. It's very contrasting compared to the type of style and the high line and the low block. Obviously, when he's playing for Newcastle, no respect to them, but there's a different mindset for the opposition teams when they're coming up against Liverpool. This is where he's going to have to learn. Isaac, when he was playing for Newcastle, the teams were a lot more pushed up 20, 30, 40 yards high up the pitch. But when you come to Liverpool now, as Ekatike, as Isaac, as Salah, Mane, Firmino, when they played for Liverpool as well, they found it's about digging in deep and really trying to create good attacking opportunities. Ekatike tonight, especially in that first half, but as he grew into the second half, that's one aspect about Ekatike's game, chat. I don't know how you feel, but I think I really love about Hugo is his ability to control the ball and travel with the ball as well, most importantly. His link-up play, that's one thing that, obviously, I didn't watch a lot of Ekatike coming to Liverpool, but from obviously all the data and the Bundesliga experts, he said that his link-up play was really good. But seeing it in the flesh in the Liverpool side, he does really well. And it's fascinating. And that's one of his biggest assets. And especially in this Liverpool system going forward, that will very much utilise and Liverpool will massively benefit. But that's where Isaac has to learn, and as you've already alluded to, chat, when he's got on the ball, especially in the first half tonight, Isaac, he has struggled. But that's a combination for me when I'm analysing it. Obviously, integrating fully into the way in which Liverpool want to play. That will still probably take another 2-3 months, as much as that frustrates us, especially when Liverpool need to just start winning games of football. But he's learning the hard way. But yeah, Ekatike's obviously started life to Liverpool a lot better, and that's good positive, really. Let's get through all these comments. But looking at those statistics in the second half, Liverpool much better, and we'll get to that in a little second as well. As what is said there, Isaac just needs a pre-season and get used to playing. Yeah, that's 100%. That's it, mate. Isn't it? Not playing futsal. Pick up there, Mark. Yeah, it's obviously Liverpool. It was a classic. Yeah. In terms of Mark, I don't know how you feel or chat. I was very disappointed, in all honesty. I've seen Inter a couple of times this season in the Serie A. You look at their quality within their side. I think you were very much hamstrung with regards to, of course, you're looking at a Cherby getting injured half an hour into the game. You had Çalhanoğlu getting injured 11 minutes into the game. That is two big players out of their spine of their team as well. Two integral players in their system. So I think that from their point of view, kind of very much did disrupt any real bit of rhythm. Obviously Bizek come on for Akanji, and Akanji moved into that centre back position. But Çalhanoğlu alongside Mkhitaryan and Barella do tend to, but mainly Çalhanoğlu is so integral to the way in which Inter want to have imposed themselves already in the Champions League this season and in the Serie A. So it was a positive for Liverpool, of course. They obviously, two players of that ilk coming off, but it didn't really have that desired impact of substitutions. Obviously, Chiba will be very disappointed that his substitutions really didn't fully impact the game. But yeah, let's get to all your comments as well, and we'll speak about the second half. But yeah, I think that for me really was, like, you're looking at Martinez didn't have many opportunities in the game. Of course, spent more time whinging with the referee. But I think that's the hallmark of Martinez, really. If you watch him, especially in Champions League, when he has come up against Liverpool over the last couple of seasons as well, when we played them in the knockouts as well. So, yeah, it's about Canate and Van Dijk. It's not the first time they've come up against the Argentinian striker anyway. They do tend to do quite well against him anyway, which is a good positive. And thankfully, we kept a clean sheet and kept him quiet tonight, which is what you need to do when you play against him. Because even if you give him half an inch, he'll take an opportunity to score a goal. But defensively, very switched on for a large spell of the game, which is a big positive. Yeah, was pick up there, as Was said. Yeah, we do need to start winning more, and I mean, clear and being Salah all on. It's clear. It's been, as I said, chat. Obviously, speak about Salah on another show anyway. But tonight is about the lads that did play tonight on the pitch, getting a massive result away from home. Yeah, as Jennifer said there, Inter offered very little threat, which helped. The slow build up, side to side, works in Europe, not in the Prem, against battling teams. Great win, Redmen. Let's go again. I'm winning. Spot on there, Jennifer. Yeah, and I think we've very much seen that, Jennifer, didn't we, chat as well? In the speed, and we'll speak about in the second half in a second, but that athleticism about Liverpool. It was saying in the last 5 to 10 minutes, Liverpool seemed, and there was a couple of occasions where the Inter players were literally kicking out at Liverpool players. We've seen Jones skipping past a couple, and especially Viet's not too bad of a substitution to bring on in the Europeans second half, is it? But yeah, obviously it's about what we can do in January as well, building on that quality, bringing the players in. But spot on there, Jennifer. Akatike is the main chat, man of the match. Had to pick one tonight. Man of the match. I felt, well, we'll get to all your shouts anyway. Gavin Jones did great in breaking the lines. Yeah, 100%. As Jennifer alluded to then, and a couple of years already, it's obviously that time and space and the quickness of, especially in Europe, speeding up the attack. Obviously, we've got Grav, and especially those two players, Grav and Jones, especially playing on the turn. They do that really well. Obviously, in the Premier League, it's very different. You get a lot less time as well, but yeah, they've done really well. And Chris, big up there, bud. Glad we won. Slightly better performance. Still skeptical on Slot. Let's see how we do against Brighton as well. Yeah, Chris, of course, it's we're hoping it's one step forward and not two steps back at the weekend, mate. That's been the story of Liverpool this season, mate, innit? But only the future, only time will tell. But what we can only do and what the manager and what the squad can do is only just focus at one game at a time, mate. So hopefully now, but hopefully someone's got a crystal ball and they can tell us, but would be nice if we just start building, as you said there, Chris. We can get a win against Brighton, even if it's another 1-0, mate, and chat. Of course, you'd like to be starting to win games with a bigger margin, but at the end of the day, come at the end of May, as long as we're picking up 3 points here and there, and I think it would help benefit massively if we can just start picking up a load of 1-0 wins. That will give the defence and it give the whole club, all of us, the players, the squad, everyone within the club. Winning breathes winning, as really Reds. Even if it's 1-0, if it's 2, if it's tight, but as long as we do see a bit more of a consistent foundation, especially from a defensive structural point of view as well, because that was much better. I was so made up watching chat. I was so made up watching that Ibu performance. That's the Ibu we love. Like, not the Ibu giving away the penalty. I think with Ibu and probably a lot of players tonight, chat, he took a lot more time on the ball. As we said already with Inter, kind of did play into our hands, but we can only play what's in front of us. But just, we've seen how many times, and even tonight, but a couple more, just what extra touch if needs be. Just take your time, lads. And Ibu, when he's calm and composed, like we've seen tonight, he's bouncing off Martinez, he's bouncing off other players. Ibu, lads, more than that, please, lads. Play with the confidence that we know you can and the quality, but it's just about consistency is the key word for that. All of us, consistency. And that's one of the most hardest things in football. And if we can get that right, then I'll tell you what, chat, that's when quickly the results will very quickly change and start being better. But we'll find out against Brighton, won't we? Huge win, as Mo said. Big up there, buds. Yeah, Bradley has to stay fit. Critical. Yeah, I think he was it that chance that Bradley had. I think obviously let's get into the second half statistics as well. Obviously a shot on target for Connor Bradley. Which one was it? I think it was that one that Reds. Yeah, Connor Bradley on the 80th minute. Joe Gomez had a good solid 68 minutes, but having the option of Bradley coming on, and the thing is, we've got to be careful with Bradley, haven't we? Obviously, he's been injured twice already this season. So, great options. Bradley, Gomez, be great. If Rumpong can somehow come back into this side and really put some impact within the side, he just needs to stay fit. But, yeah, we had all three of those players vying for the right-hand spot in Liverpool's defensive unit. And especially if Gomez can just free up a bit more minutes for likes of Van Dijk and obviously go and Ibu, just give them a little bit of a rest, then it's great. Will be fantastic. As well. Yeah, 3-2. Oh yeah, Barca won, didn't they? Yeah, big up there, King. That was the best performance above the Real Madrid match. Massive response from the team. No Salah, no problem as well from King. Inter isn't an easy place to go, as Jay said there. But we deserved it. Curtis was good, and so was Joe. 3 points, and I think we played right as a team as well. Our stadium is a cauldron. Yeah, it's one of the best stadiums. Be great. I doubt I'd ever go anyway, but yeah, tremendous. I still remember Stevie. Yeah, and was it the Adidas kits that didn't have the sponsors, obviously with the European rules in French time. Yeah, beauty. It wasn't over Maradona, lad. What are you chatting about? Maradona was retired. I read up until Steven Gerrard scoring at Marseille. Yeah. No. Mandanda. Sorry there, Ghost. Chat, you're probably aware I've got major dyslexia, but sorry. It's been a long night, chat. I've been on air for 3-4 hours. So, yeah, Mandanda, anyway. The French goalkeeper, not Maradona. Sorry, chat. It's been a long one. Yeah. Not for six. Yeah, comes back as well. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, Jennifer. And I think that's hopefully what we are working on in training. But hopefully tonight, obviously, chat if we do have a bit of information, please do let us know. But uh, if I was hopefully someone in the press, or I'm pretty sure someone asked about Isaac, but that's if I was in the press, I just ask how far does Arne think he's off to full match fitness? Like, obviously you can't give a time frame, but what the sports science lads are saying, because the quicker we can get him up to full speed and match sharpness, I think it will help Hugo and help Liverpool in general, really. But yeah, it's about composure with Ekatike makes himself. Yeah, it's confidence though, ghosting in chat. Confidence is integral in football. We've seen that already from this Liverpool side on a couple of occasions, really. Good game. Big up there, Mike. Yeah, a much needed win, mate. Get in there, Eds. It's not, yeah, it's about, yeah, freedom. Big up there, Mark. Yeah, it's got to focus on the players. And if Mo does come back and Mo scoring goals, I tell you what, Reds, whatever happens in the summer, if Mo goes in January, whatever happens. But as long as if he comes back into the squad as well, obviously the main thing is if he's scoring goals, then and we're just focusing on the football. That's the main thing, really. That's probably what Mo wants as well. And just communicate. As I said, I think the club, whatever happens, I think Robbo said, obviously, just spoke about it togetherness. Ali yesterday as well. Just we need to be a lot more together as a football club, even as a fan base as well. Of course, we can all think different. And I know a lot of people massively disagree with what I said with Mo and my analysis, but that sounds. Everyone's entitled to different opinions as well. But the main thing is, as a fan base, we come together as well. We can agree to disagree on a lot of points as well, Reds. But you know what? Staying together to this season is so integral. The fans, the players, the management, whatever happens, staying together. And I think if we can, then I think the performances will massively improve. And I think hopefully, as Paris Saint-Germain did last season in this competition, hopefully. There's a long way to go anyway, but yeah, just got to stay together. But the main thing is we want to be seeing more performances like tonight, but with very big performance. Chas, get your man of the matches in, and rattle through a couple of them as well. For me, I'm not decided. Chas, so I've seen a couple of shouts for Akatsuke, Grav, pick up there, Tushin. Tushin, yeah, he's a big shout for man of the match. He had a very good, solid game. He does, mate. But yeah, I tell you what, Nemanja Vidic was making some absolute awful challenges. And I'm not comparing Vidic with Canarse chap before, you say. But yeah, if you watch every great centre-half, apart from Maldini very rarely went to the ground. A famous quote, you don't need to go to the ground. But if you can clip up many centre-halves that have gone down over the last 20 years, I think you can find them getting absolutely battered by a forward some weeks. But, of course, it doesn't help when he's coming off the back of the Leeds performance. But what he's coming off the back of tonight is a clean sheet in the San Siro. And Liverpool are taking all 3 points. That's the main thing. But, yeah. Yeah, big up there, King. Yeah, it's Chas, obviously. The big talking points, the penalty. Obviously, we had the disallowed goal. Chat. First, we'll speak about the disallowed handball. Was that for you a penalty? Was that no? Was it a goal? Sorry. Even Alan Shearer was saying it was quite harsh on the commentary tonight. If you weren't listening to that, and that certainly did pain Alan to say that, I reckon, because he does disagree quite heavily, especially. Still a bit. I think he's a bit sad that Isaac's gone to Liverpool. If I'm being honest. But yeah, even he said he felt it was an over analysis on the VAR because it took what was it like 5, 6, 7 minutes to for the referee to get to a conclusion. He went to the VAR monitor, the VAR monitor. I was happy with the referee. He actually used the monitors tonight. But that's quite a common occurrence in Champions League. It's not as often we do see in the Premier League, but in Europe it's 9 times out of 10. But thankfully, for me it was very harsh. But European competition. Obviously, we know some of the rules, especially with handball, very subjective, very different compared to the Premier League. You get them. It's just weird. It's just, yeah. I felt it should have been a goal, but if that was at the other end, probably I'll be saying different. So it's one of them Reds, but the main thing is Liverpool won. And Liverpool chat, what are we saying on the penalty? I know rival fans, I can already hear them scream after the full-time whistle. That's never a pen. Even Liverpool fans out there, even Chas, as what was it? King said, Bastoni, he did give us the penalty. He gave us the win, but that's not only fault of Liverpool's own. No, mate. We've just got to Viet. The main thing is Viet was inside the penalty box. He was getting. If Bastoni wants to swap shirts with Viet, do it a full time, not on like 5 minutes left to go. Like he absolutely dragged him from the back collar, didn't he? And then, yeah, silly decision by a very, very, very world-class centre-half in Bastoni, but as Van Dijk and certainly Bastoni tonight. Yeah, especially with VAR in Europe as well. Fair play by Wirtz. Like, he doesn't get accolades. Say if Wirtz stays on his feet, like, that doesn't get given. And I know, obviously, people might go, but he went down a bit too easy, but my man's getting his shirt dragged. And I'll tell you what now, chat, if that was an Inter player at the other end, I tell you, Martinez or Forearm or the other lads that have come on, they'll be doing exactly the same as well. Yeah, Ibu, it was a goal as well. Yeah, Ibu should have had a goal tonight as well. I love Salah, but no, Chloe come out, apologize for this. Russian knows. Yeah. Big up there, King. Yeah. So, yeah, obviously, he's still getting paid. He's still got a job to do. If he is not going, if he's staying, if he's what, it sounds, whatever happens, happens. Main thing is we focus on the players, and if Salah's back into starting 11 against Brighton, happy days. And if he starts scoring goals, happy days. The main thing is Liverpool win games of football, most importantly. But Reds, looking at that data, as you can see, just the main data point is, of course, the scoreline. 1-0 Liverpool, get in. But in terms of the second half, we've analysed the first half, but much, much better by Liverpool. Really good. Obviously, Liverpool dominating possession slightly. 56 to Inter Milan's 44. Liverpool limited Inter in that second half to 0.22 XG compared to Liverpool's 1.35 XG in the second half. So much better, a lot more better in regards to the better chance creation, the quality of the chance creation as well. Of course, I think obviously the penalty counts for 1 XG, doesn't it? But even still, obviously, you take it that. So good. Total shots, Liverpool 9. So obviously Inter Milan's 4. Shots on target, much better than what we had in the first half. 3 shots on target, 2 Inter Milan's 0. So, yeah, really solid defensive performance, limiting Inter Milan to 0 shots on target in the second half. That is very, very good going, chats. Really good. We knew tonight was going to be a very tight game, but the main thing is we shut up shop at the back, really limiting. And you look at the chance creation, look at the shot map as well in the second half. You look at, obviously, a shot off target. It was blocked by Martinez. I think that was by Canate, I think it was on the 60th. So, and that's not another blocked interception. So a crucial interception on 93rd minute there as well. So more of that, Reds, please. Being at the right place at the right time as well. Obviously, Mkhitaryan's former Manchester United player giving us insights, probably whinging him out of the penalty anyway, but yeah, it is what it is. But obviously the XG, high XG percentage, 1%. Yeah, so Dom, obviously no Salah, no James Milner no more to take the penalty. So Dominic Szoboszlai got a very good record, especially for the Hungarian national team. Steps up, gets a goal in the 88th minute, and that's exactly what we needed. It's what we deserve, really. I know, looking at that, like, but in terms of not just Liverpool, but Bayern Munich over the last 3 years, not many teams have turned up to it, especially against City sides anyway, but especially against this Inter Milan side of the San Siro. Very solid performance. Can we improve in a lot of areas? Yes, we can improve. We mentioned Isaac. We've mentioned, of course, Ekatike, getting those two lads on the ball more often, getting them more on the ball in the more dangerous areas. Of course, you look at that. In terms of obviously the Bradley shot on target. Obviously a shot on target from Ekatike from 63 on the 63rd minute. So, yeah, it's still a massive load of improvement to do, chat. But at the minute, we're taking little steps. But as long as those little steps are coming into something bigger in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months as well, gradual progression. And I think tonight is a very strong foundation from a defensive structural point of view as well. Of course, there's massive improvement, as I said, with the lads up top, but you've got to start from somewhere, and especially in Europe, if we can do it against this Inter Milan side, there's no reason we can't do it against Brighton. Brighton are a very good side, but they're not Inter Milan. So Reds, I know, that's Chaos the commentator, but we should be putting in a performance against Brighton. And yeah, that's good performance. Looking at some of the other results as well, Atalanta 2-1. So yeah, so we've just got to focus on ourselves, Reds. A big win for Monaco. Big up there. I'm guessing you're the big up there, Ha. Are you? I think you're an Inter fan. Big up there, mate. Yeah. So either that or a Man United fan anyway. Unlucky lad. But thank you for tuning in, bud. Yeah, it was a soft pen, but chat. We're not the referees on the pitch. It's not up to us. But end of the day, we take those, and especially chat. We deserve it. Was it that opportunity to Galatasaray? Was it when Fingio went down in our game when we got beat that night? That was a ridiculously soft penalty against Galatasaray on match week 1, match week 2. It was never a pen for me. But in the end of the day, it all comes round eventually anyway in terms of some of the decisions as well. Yeah, but chat, man in a match for you, chat. Having a little look on the final, but I want to have a little look at half time. Curtis Jones had 100% passing accuracy. What are we saying? I'm going to say 95, 96. It's always high with Curtis. Completed the most passes in the match tonight, 67. There we go. Had the most passing accuracy of a Liverpool player. He had 96% to play 45 minutes or more. Most accurate passer as well. So a tremendous night for Curtis in an environment that it's a big atmosphere, a big stadium, a lot of quality. The one thing you need to do in any European side is if you're playing away from home in Europe, you need to keep control of the football. And that's exactly what Curtis Jones done really well tonight. So some statistics there done really well. Didn't even have to look really, but just, 96 passing accuracy, which is fantastic. Let's have a little look at his ground duels. Successful dribbles, 3 out of 3, 100%, which is good. 6 passes into the final third, which is very high considering. Aerial duels 100%. Ground duels 4 out of 7, so just slightly over half of his ground duels won. Fouls 1, and fouls committed. Always good to see fouls committed, especially in European competition. Stopping, breaking up play, of course. Did get a yellow card in the game as well. And he done well not to get a silly second yellow, obviously, on it. Screaming at him on the touchline. Just saying, get away, lads, anyway. But in terms of McAllister, let's have a little look at this. Passing accuracy, 86%. 32 out of 37. Accurate long balls, 1 out of 2, 50%. Ground duels 1, much better from Maka. That's a lot more higher than what we've seen over the last couple of weeks as well. Winning your ground duels, I think one of the biggest hallmarks of Liverpool when we have picked up points so far this season. I remember speaking to Gags on one of the post matches. What game was it? It was one of the wins in the Premier League, but we spoke about the ground duels, and as long as you're winning your ground duels and then you can start winning your second balls, your third balls as well, it gives you a massive opportunity. We know it's the fundamental principles, but that's one thing was we know Liverpool have struggled. But Maka, a proper Maka performance, especially getting stuck in there. And obviously, fair play for Maka. Well done, lads. Let's have a little look at Grav. 90 minutes from all 3 of those lads anyway. Passing accuracy, very high as well. 93% passing accuracy from Gravenberch. Kept on ticking over the ball. Let's have a little look at the ground duels. Tackles, ground duels, slightly low on that, really. 4 out of 44% ground duels won. 4 out of 9. So Maka had a better defensive display from Grav. Successful dribbles, 2. You would have thought that was a bit more higher, though, chat. 2 out of 2 successful dribbles from Grav. Because I think when it felt like he'd done more than that, but clearly not from the data. Accurate long balls, 2 out of 2. Sounds. And chat, have a little look at the lads at the back. This would be quite good to see. Not going to look at passing accuracy because we all know defenders and goalkeepers always have a high percent passing accuracy, especially in the modern game anyway. So not really a relevant stat to look at. The main thing is the ground duels, accurate long balls, which is better from what we've seen from Ebu. 5 out of 8, quite high up, really. Let's have a little look at this. Ground duels from Ebu, 3 out of 5. Aerial battles, 1 out of 1. That's what you're wanting to see anyway from Big Virgil. We know this will be good as well. He had a solid game tonight. Aerial duels, 1, 3 out of 5. And ground duels. There we go, chat. That great saying for Maldini. Great defenders don't go to the ground. Virgil, that's when you know he's not had a bad game. He's no ground duels, 1 there. It was all aerial, commanding, physicality. Obviously, 1 interception, head clearances, blocks, tackles, 0 tackles. So, in all honesty, accurate long ball, 7 out of 10. So, yeah, passing accuracy quite high as well. But yeah, solid performance, Reds. And let's have a final one, having a little Hugo Ekitike as well. Hugo had the least touches, 34, of any outfield player to play 90 minutes as well. So, again, chat, it was as we said before, it's about trying to Liverpool next couple of weeks, next couple of months, trying to get the maximum out of Isaac and Ekitike as well, trying to get them into the game a lot more. Hugo, and that's what we said before, completed the most dribbles, 4 in the match as well. So when he was getting the goal, when he was getting the ball, he was doing really well in terms of dribbling with the ball and just needs a bit more of an understanding, really. But he's only, Ebu's 23, great years ahead of him. And he's great. He started really well this season. Great foundation to build off as well. So, yeah, just need to start getting him and Isaac and even Wirtz as well into the one time we got Wirtz into the box, he got a penalty for us. So, Reds, as I said, Liverpool, bring on your Internazionale, bring on your Roma by the storm and all that good stuff. Liverpool, yes, 3 points tonight, Reds. It was always going to be a difficult game, but Liverpool overcome the challenges tonight and hopefully the travelling cop or the safe journey back to Merseyside or around the world as well. But getting Reds a huge 3 points for Liverpool. That puts Liverpool into the top 8. But of course, 2 big games left for Liverpool in the Champions League. Away at the Velodrome against Marseille, and of course the home tie final game at, of course, Anfield against Karabag as well. But Reds, look after yourself. A massive thank you to everyone for tuning in. If you are new to Anfield Index, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below as well. Head over to AnfieldIndex.com as well to check out even more. So many great articles. Head over to It Was Always Liverpool as well for even more great analysis from all industry-led journalists, pundits, and everyone alike as well, really. But Reds, as I said, I will see you on the weekend for the Brighton game. Hopefully we win and get 3 points, but we'll get there. A lot of positives to come away from tonight. Of course, still areas of Liverpool's game that can massively be improved. But Chas, got it over the line tonight. Eventually, got there in the end. But a win's a win. We take that. But Chas, look after yourself, and I'll see you for the Brighton watch along. Hit that subscribe button down below, of course. There'll be a little preview for the post-match Raw on the YouTube tonight as well. 10-15 minute preview. Trev and Dave and the lads will be recording tonight. Obviously, if you are a pro member, you'll be able to listen to it in the studio tonight already. But Reds, look after yourself. Enjoy the football tomorrow, Champions League. Hopefully a couple of results go for Liverpool. But Reds, I've been your host, Jack McIndoe, on the latest Late Night Live podcast on Anfield Index. But Reds, I'll see you on the weekend. But if I don't, have a lovely, lovely start to your weekend. And it's always good when Liverpool win games of football, innit? Much better. But Reds, look after yourself, and you never walk alone.